Hi everyone, my name is Jax. I'm MissInformation.blog on Facebook, Instagram, and my blog. I'm glad to see you again today. For this video, I'm going to share with you the products I got from Shiseido. Just a backstory about Shiseido. I happened to use Shiseido before, around 10 years ago, but I can't afford to go in a luxury store yet. And I was so shy to attempt to ask or check on their products because their staff is too intimidating. And so the first products I have from Shiseido were actually almost expired or the cheaper ones I get from other people. For some reason, because of that mentality that you can actually have the opportunity to buy products around 50 to 70% off from Shiseido, I had a mentality that Shiseido is not a good brand because for some reason some makeup artists have the opportunity to sell it for a more reasonable or for a cheaper price. I happen to be a fan of anything waterproof, and I am actually using a NARS eyeliner for like 5 to 7 years now, and they happen to stop producing their retractable eyeliners. That caused me to find a good eyeliner. While checking out some brands at the mall, my husband noticed Shiseido and he asked the staff about the products they have, and he encouraged me to visit their store. A week after, we visited a store at Power Plant Mall and I tried the product on. I tried their eyeliners on, and I was so surprised how waterproof and long wearing the formula is. And I said to myself, oh my gosh, as soon as I empty the NARS larger than life eyeliner, I'll definitely purchase and hoard their eyeliner. But alas, COVID happened and I wasn't able to order.
2 hours later.
So this is my first Shiseido product technically. This is Shiseido Crayon Microliner ink. So this is how it looks like. It's white. It's a trick I do to have a doll's eye look. This is actually the best option because when you intend to put it on your waterline, it does not waste any product because it's too small, thus making it the perfect product if your intention is to put it along the waterline. But if you intend to put it on your eyes and make it as your main eyeliner, I guess the Kajal Ink Artist is really what you need. They have the same strengths. I guess the only difference is that once you twist this, like what I mentioned earlier, you cannot put it back anymore. But the Kajal, you can still put it back, but it's way thicker than the microliner ink. When the eyeliner is matte, it's really long wearing and it does not smudge. But when it's glittery or it is metallic, the tendency is that there's a bit of smudge and it is not that long wearing. So what's the difference of this eyeliner compared to other eyeliners? I guess aside from the fact that you cannot put it back anymore and it's very thin, the precision is just 100%. It's very foolproof. You won't make a mistake because it's very, very thin. Unless you like to make this kind of look, and we'll go into that later on, or you want to make a cat's eye look, this is impossible. But definitely perfect for the waterline. One strength that this eyeliner has is that for the first time ever, I finally had the opportunity to put something under my eyes. It did not irritate, it did not crease or break, and it's there for 7 hours now, and I did not have any problem. So this is just amazing. I just don't like to use it as an eyeshadow though, because for me, especially when I already have the same color sitting there on my eyeshadow palette, but it's great to use as a liner, but not to use it really, but it's more like to draw. For me, Kajal means another way for you to be creative. Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation with SPF 30. So this is a sample. When you say lift, my heart will beat so fast, so gonna get you. That's how I am. Hello, I already have a second chin. They actually gave me a sample of their lift creams, and at first it was so nice. It lifted my skin, made my skin so elastic and glowing and a bit radiant, but also oily at some point. But after 2 to 3 days, I had a major breakout. Like if you see this and this one, it's not really because of Shiseido, but it's more like I'm really not okay with creams. I only apply cream on my forehead area. I cannot put it on my neck or on my face. And that is why, even though I'm actually really scared to use it, but because that's the only sample they had that time, I just have to grab it because I want to try it. And true enough, after trying 2 creams reacted. The serum though actually works really, really great. It's like a lightening serum for your scars. The problem is that I have a Dior counterpart of that product, and Dior happens to be better. I appreciate all the samples that I got. It's just that this one is probably the best for those whose concerns are aging and needs a lift. So basically me. With Shiseido, your skin will look perfect already, or almost perfect. It looks matte on my skin earlier. I did not have any bad experience from it. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it or I'm gonna repurchase it. It's more like I got used to seeing my pores already. I'm not sure if I'm ready to have a more perfect looking skin again, because I was just so surprised to see my skin looking way better than ever. I'm already used to seeing all my flaws. I actually did not need a concealer anymore because the coverage is really great. So kudos again, Shiseido. Last product is the Shiseido Minimalist Whipped Powder Blush. Really tiny glitters on it, but you won't see it on your face. Let's put it now. So I just put it here like that, and then just spread it. After like 4 hours, I have to reapply a bit, just a bit, and then it still works well. But I guess the tip is that you have to apply a blush powder on your face just so it will last longer than usual. Will I repurchase? I'm not sure, because I don't want to have a lot of mess on my hands, and I'm not the type who actually wants to touch up a lot of times. But I'm just so surprised how nice it is, how radiant I look, and how natural the blush looks like on my skin. It dries faster than the other cream blushes I used. Plus, because it's already a powder, it's a whipped powder, it doesn't have to set before it will look like a powdered formula. It will actually set and look like a powder as soon as you apply it on your face. And I like that so far there's no acne. It's not patchy, as you can see. We just applied it, and it goes well with a bronzer or any other blush on that you can put. I tried using powdered blush. It works okay, but it looks like a natural blush, and it looks very simple and very light, and it looks like your skin pinch so you would blush. It's very natural looking, just that it's not my type. So I just have to add another powdered blush. It diminishes the possibility of patchiness and dryness on the skin. It looks very radiant compared to the powdered blush. That's it. Those are the products that I bought recently from Shiseido, and definitely I'm gonna buy some more in the future, and I'm gonna post about it soon. But before I let you go, I'm gonna share with you hashtag MissInformationLessons. We all have our own families and friends, and definitely because they're human, they're imperfect. And so there are times that they cannot meet our expectations, and whenever we feel sad and lonely, feel that we're alone. And this is something true to me lately. Because of the pandemic and I cannot go out yet, I feel alone most of the time. And there's something I realized. The thing is that we keep on forcing ourselves to be loved, to be wanted, to be recognized, to be seen, when in fact, God already saw us. God already chose us. We will never feel like we are not valued at all. It's something that's easier said than done. But at the end of the day, when you understand what Jesus did on the cross, you should not feel empty anymore. You should not feel lonely anymore because you have Christ. And people will always disappoint you. Your family and friends, they're imperfect. They have their own problems. They will not meet your expectations. But God will always be there for you. But He's the last person we talk to whenever we're sad. And instead of calling Him, we end up sinning, doing things that we know are not right, just because we're sad, or just because we're angry, just because we feel empty. And my prayer is that when you feel empty, when you feel alone, process that feeling, process that loneliness, and let God talk to you. Listen to what God is trying to tell you. There might be a reason why you feel alone, you feel an empty space. There's this lovely song that I always sing when my kids were young. Life without Jesus is like a donut because there's a hole in the middle of your heart. And it's true. Whenever you feel empty or sad or alone, it's more like because you put your hope and trust to that one person, to that group of people, to your job, to the things you value the most. And then one day, you find yourself empty. You find yourself not good enough. You find yourself not seen, invisible. But the good news is, God has been there and is always there for us. He will never leave us nor forsake us. And even though you might be at home alone or you might feel lonely most of the time, the great news is that God never left you. He's there with you, hugging you, comforting you, and loving you. All you have to do is seek Him, pray, and talk to Him, and He's just ready to hug you and talk to you and communicate with you. And then everything shall follow afterwards. A happy family, good friends, a good job, a lot of blessings afterwards. So if you feel empty, if you feel alone, don't try to question other people anymore. Just look up to God, look up to Him, and let Him fill you and your emptiness. And then once you're filled with the Holy Spirit, you will have the power, you will have the joy, you will have the courage to love again, to forgive, and to open up yourself to other people. It's okay to not be okay, but don't soak into that because you're not defeated. You are not weak. You are strong because you have God. And it's just hope that in the days to come after watching this video, you're gonna understand that God has a better plan and purpose in your life. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this one. Do you happen to like this look? Do you want me to make another one next time? Or would you rather see the regular eye makeup look? Again, thank you for your time. I hope to talk to you in the comment section. And let me know what you think about the products I used or the misinformation lesson I shared. I hope to see you on my next video. God bless you. Bye! If you'd like to see more videos from this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Connect with me on Facebook, DM me on Instagram, or learn more about me on my blog, MissInformation.blog. See ya!